This video will demonstrate the basic setup for iCW, sending Morse code over the internet using just mumble and an external side tone generator. You can use your key, your paddle, your bug, even a keyboard, and your keyer, and some sort of a code practice oscillator or side tone from your keyer. I'm doing it this way. I'm using my logic keyer, and I've unhooked the speaker leads and sending it instead over to a W3 NQN filter to filter out the square wave harmonics, and sending that filtered audio over to the sound card input. So I'm able to use my paddles here, this keyer, and this filter. There's a bunch of different ways to do this. Some side tones already sound pretty good, but this one was pretty harsh. So let's go ahead and jump over to the iCW server with mumble, and we'll demonstrate how this works. So here's the iCW server already set up, and we have a member on there, and I am iCW for the moment for this video. So let's say hello to Chuck. Okay, so the first software we're going to need is Mumble. So if you'll go to mumble.sourceforge.net, and you can get the stable or the developer snapshot. Go ahead and download that, install it. It will ask you to run an audio test, wizard test, and that's okay. It'll also ask you for a certificate. Just use the default automatic generated one and just click yes and get that done. Once you've logged into the server, it's going to ask you for an address, and you'll get something like this, and click add new, and just type in iCW at the top, w5uxh.dynedns.org. The port is 34749, and the username, put in your call sign here, so I'll put in my call sign, AA0HW, and then click connect. And you'll be greeted with another permission certificate, and just click yes on that. Everything's pretty automatic, so just go ahead and click yes, and you only have to do that once usually, and then you'll be able to log into the server. Okay, now let's get the settings correct for Mumble. So go to configure, settings, and try to put in what you see here. Hit apply. Always hit apply or the settings won't stick. So for the audio input, these are the basic simple settings to use. Okay, let's go to the audio output tab. You want to set this, well, first on the audio input, make sure you're using either your line-in jack, or if you don't have one, use the microphone jack. So that's set. And on the audio output, you want this to be your speakers. Okay. So now hit apply, and then OK. Now when you drop into the room, you're going to go to the testing room. So left click, hold your call sign, go up to the testing room. First thing to do is configure, settings, watch the VU meter, and your little icon here in this right next to the left of the call sign should turn red, and it does, and you see the VU meter going. Now to test how your own sound sounds, how you sound like, go to the audio output tab, go to the loop back test on the audio output tab, and test the server. Click it on server and click apply. Now we're going to hear it come back at me. I'm sending one DIT. That DIT's going to California and back to St. Louis about that speed at these settings. Now I'm going to show you what I mean, how fast this gets if I turn these down. So I have it at 10 milliseconds each, which is as fast as you can get. And we'll go to the audio input tab and turn this down to 10. So this is as fast as it gets from St. Louis to California and back to St. Louis. The audio per packet will send it out faster at 10 milliseconds. So I'm going to take this back to 20 because that seems to work better for me on all of these. My router doesn't handle 10 that well. Hit apply. Always hit apply when you're changing this stuff. When you're finally done with the loopback test, don't forget to get out of server because nobody else can hear you and you can't hear anybody else while you're in loopback test. Again, click apply. We'll click none. So you're not using the loopback test anymore. And that's pretty much all we need for that. And we'll go ahead and mute the speakers. You can mute your mic and you can still hear, or you can mute everything where you can't hear or send anything. So that's basically how to send Morse code over the internet on iCW using a very simple setup with mumble, your pedal, your key, your bug, a side tone generator. Thanks for listening. I hope we can see you on here sometime.